Hey out there, this is the unknown prisoner. Listen to I wanted to kind of hit on a few things that came into my mind and thoughts and kind of relate them to you out there. I think I was talking about my last drunk the last time I got on here. And I really wanted to, I got through that and I wanted to talk to you about, when I finally got home after that drunk, and the last drunk, it stayed was about a week long. I got back to my house, and anyway, and I think I might have said something about that, but I was sitting there by myself. My wife and kids they were gone, and anyway, I was sitting there and I was contemplating on suicide, and I didn't know how or what to do. I didn't have any guns in the house, but I did have some knives and stuff like that. And I was thinking to myself, how can I end this madness and all of this desperation and going through? I just didn't want to face it another day. So anyway, I came to the conclusion that everybody would be better off without me, and I would not have to go through any more of this pain to endure anymore. I had gotten I'd gotten that far, and it was. I look back on it. Thank God, the grace of the living God. But anyway, I reached out. You know how desperate you get. And anyway, I had a good friend that I reached out to, and I called him, and I said, "Man," I said, "I just, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna end my life. I guess I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm trying to reminisce and get back into that mode that I was in then, and it's difficult when you're not there. But I wanted to die. I wanted somebody to kill me. I think I said that already. But anyway, I called a buddy of mine, like I said, and it wasn't. I just kind of. I just hung up and kind of eased back on the couch there, and I think I went into a kind of a blank a mindset that I didn't want anything or any ideas, any thoughts or whatever, into my brain. So all of a sudden there was a knock at the door, and I was going, man, who is this? Who am I going to have to deal with now? It just seemed too quick for my buddy to be there, and it's somebody that I didn't know what I was going to do when I answered the door. So, but lo and behold, thank God it was my buddy, and he came through and sit down, and we just started. I don't even remember saying anything, but all of a sudden, my wife came in with my two boys and everything, and it was just, it was really a down, I mean, to the pits of hell type situation. But anyway, it was about 9:30 on a Sunday night, and I'll never forget that. And all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, I'm sitting around, and I just looked at her, and I said, I think I need some help. Where did that come from? I don't know, but it's only by God's grace that I would have asked for that. But anyway, it was like a tornado hit the fan. Man, for somehow, some way, some reason, they knew exactly what to do. They got me, loaded me up in a van, and off to go. And that's where we ended up, in that nut house that I told you about. So I just came by. I wanted to let that in on the very day, and the all the things that went on that particular evening, and that was the initiating of going to that nut house. So I just thank God. I thank God for that particular moment in my life, and they knew what to do and how to do it and when to do it, where to do it, and get me into a position where I was safe and I couldn't do any more damage to myself physically, mentally, and spiritual. I didn't want to need spiritually to it. It was just, a whole of a person. But I just wanted to open that up. Listen, I'm gonna get back with you because there I was in desperate times and desperate situation, and it all come to a point where I was able to get a hope of life, and in a very short time there in that insanity or insane asylum, however you want to call it. But it was a flicker of light. And, there begins my sobriety. There it starts. It's right in that split second moment. So I'm going to go out right now. I'll come back with some good stuff pertaining to this, and we'll reach on down. And now I'm going to get into the solution, and that starts the solution, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that when I come back to you. So I'm going to I got to go around the corner here for a little bit, and I'll take care of you in a minute. See you.